play is what I refer to as high quality music. This is not people strumming on a guitar. This is not my brother who played a little bit of guitar at university and will sit down and do Candle in the Wind badly. These are professionals, and to have two very, very high quality professional musicians play in one's garden is just fantastic. But their music of choice is what is most remarkable, because both men are advocates of the music of Stefan Grappelli and Django Reinhardt. The most unusual coincidence was that as they were playing, George Williams, who is 87, 88 years old, and a former racing director of Castrol Oil, and in the 40s and 50s ran with all the big racing teams and the great racing drivers of the time, Ascari, Fangio, Tony Brooks. George knew all of this fraternity, had very strong connections with Italy, and particularly strong recollections of Django Reinhardt, who he saw perform. And this was a really remarkable thing that happened, because as the boys started playing, for one old man, the whole place came alive, and he went back 60 years in his imagination and in his blood. You could see it, you could see the look on his face. It was like being, he said to me later, I felt like a young man. He said, I felt like I was 40 again, listening to Django Reinhardt. And I think that the boys have this terrific ability not just to reproduce the music, but because they are Italian, they are engaging people, and they bring the audience in. The boys brought the audience into the performance. So, for instance, they did the classic, I think, is Volare, which you would expect. But the way that they perform with each other, the audience gets a feeling of the music, and it was quite remarkable looking at some of the men in the audience who were, even men like me, who have no musical talent at all, but I just felt that if I had a guitar in my hand, perhaps maybe I could play as well. It's the way that it made me feel, and this was the remarkable thing about this evening, amongst many remarkable things about this evening, not least of all that these young men who were not even alive when Django Reinhardt died connected with this old man who had seen him play for real, and we ended up with what I think, possibly in the 13 years that I've lived in Nunny, it is quite possibly the most extraordinary evening I've ever seen in this village, and I think I would recommend to anybody, swing the bois. Take a look. It is more than just a musical experience, it is a life experience, it's an emotional experience. I think you will enjoy it.